I'm Scott Brady with Expedition Portal and Overland Journal, and I am out here with one of Bruder's newest models, the EXP7. So they were looking to enhance the EXP6, and they made this a very interesting modular trailer. And what I mean by modular is the fact that it's being used for multiple purposes, for NGOs, governmental agencies, and for consumers. And then you also have the option between, like this one is, a hardtop or a lifting roof style. And the lifting roof is really helpful if you want to fit this thing into a shorter container, or if your garage has limitations on the height of the trailer. Shorter trailer is also really helpful in tight conditions, tight trails where you have a lot of overhead growth. So in this case, this is the hard-sided model, which I like hard-sided models, especially in the extreme conditions that we can get in North America. So if it's really, really cold, you want a hard-sided unit like this one, which actually has their cold weather pack with 2 heaters. So right now, this is typical Australian, where they like to have outside cooking areas. Weather's great in Australia. Weather's also great here in Sedona. So you have a 65-liter angle fridge. These are some of the best fridges on the market, the most reliable. I've had one that's been working for 30 years without any issues. You got a ton of storage out here, and then you can move that induction cooktop to the outside and cook outside as well. So one of the coolest things about this trailer is the inside-outside kitchen. So you can be cooking on the inside or cooking on the outside, passing drinks and food and everything else back and forth. I really like the coffee maker situation here. This is a bonus to see in any trailer. These Nespressos are surprisingly durable. I've got them in pretty much everything that I own because it's just a great way to make a cup of coffee. And because there's so much power on board, you're just not afraid to run fridges and coffee makers. It's got a 110 volt inverter. It's got a 220 volt inverter. It's got 1200 watts of solar on the top, huge battery banks. So you can operate the winch all the way to multiple refrigerators. You can even see here, we can access the sink from the inside and the outside. Just imagine you're doing some work on the vehicle and you're washing your hands without even having to go inside the trailer. So Bruder is famous for their durability, and they're also famous for their suspension systems. So this is a 12-inch long travel independent, 4-corner independent, and it has a very unique system where they use an arm above the suspension link that's going to keep that airbag level throughout the stroke. Anytime you have such a long travel, those airbag bases can actually get off angle, which puts a lot of strain on the airbag and also affects the geometry. And they also use that forward and aft linking system, which is going to keep equalized ground pressure on the various tires. So this hatch creates a little mini awning, which is kind of convenient. You got light rain. It's also insulated, so you're not getting a lot of that radiant heat because it is a black surface. We have an awning on this side, exterior speakers. All right, from the back here, we have these swing out doors. You can store trash out here. You can also use it to carry fuel and water cans. And then this is how you access your 110 and 220 inverter systems. You've also got access to all of your breakers, a lot of the service items that you might need if you need to work on your electrical system. Down below, we have a 4,500 pound winch. It seems like a little light, but in this particular case, it's in emergencies, so you're going to use a bunch of pulley blocks, have a full recovery kit, so that you can also bridle some of that energy across multiple lashing points, connection points on the back of the trailer. Here you have storage in the back, but you can also option it up with your washing machine if you want to be able to do laundry in the field. Got a set of max tracks. This little platform here on the top is actually incorporated with the lifting roof model, so it makes the overall interior space feel larger. One of the features of the Bruder that's really cool is their inside-outside showers. So you're coming in from a long day of surfing, you can step into the shower, wash up before you even go into your camper. Also, if you've gone on a long hike and you're dusty and you want to get your clothes off and you want to get cleaned up before you go into your clean interior. We have one of the dry flush style toilets, so they use a bag system that wraps multiple times and then vacuums it open for the next use. You can usually get 12 to 15 or so uses out of that before it has to be swapped out. I think they work great for shorter trips. For longer trips, I do prefer to have a composting toilet, and I'm sure that that's an option on these units as well. We have a small basin. It's not quite as big of a shower system as on the EXP8, but it does feel very roomy, easily take a comfortable shower in there. So looking at the front triangle here, we have electric over hydraulic braking for disc brakes at all 4 wheels. We have a tongue jack. We have a mechanical emergency brake that can be applied. And then we also have the Cruise Master articulating hitch on the front. We have a single spare wheel, which I think is appropriate for almost all trailers, especially trailers like the Bruder, where you can run with just one wheel on a side if you need to. And Bruder also always makes sure that they pair the tire and wheel packages to the tow vehicle. That way you can use a trailer spare on the main vehicle or the main vehicle spare on the trailer if you had to. So there's lots of options. No reason to carry a whole bunch of extra weight and spares when it's really not needed. All right, on the inside of the EXP7, one of its coolest features is this inside and outside kitchen. A hard panel flips up, makes a nice little awning. You have access to your stove, induction cooktop can be moved also to the outside kitchen area. You've got a Dometic fridge, you've got an angle 65-liter fridge in the outside slide out. You got a queen size bed, tons of headroom. This is actually their winter pack, so it has 2 heaters on board, true 4-season capability. Think about leaving this at the ski resort, camping out there for a week. This is a little bit narrower trailer. It's designed to be narrower to pull behind 300 series Land Cruiser, Defender. You could tow it behind an Ineos Grenadier. It's meant to be a little bit narrower. It's about 200 millimeters narrower than the EXP8. You've got your bathroom on this side, which is accessible inside and out. You've got a Dometic fridge with a small freezer, but then you've also got that 65-liter angle dual zone for an additional freezer and additional fridge. You have a microwave that can also be spec'd as a convection oven. And then you got a lot of other storage here. Small wine rack near the entry door. You got your inside-outside kitchen, a lot of storage here. This settee is pretty interesting in the fact that a couple things. You're able to, in this hardtop model, you're able to turn it into 2 additional beds. So this swings up and locks into place for kids to sleep up top and down below. If you have the lifting roof model, it gets so much higher that they can actually have 2 or 3 additional beds. You can sleep up to 6 potentially in a trailer like this, depending on how it's configured. And then this is really clever. You can actually fold the mattress forward and access an additional seat here. That way you can have a full 6-person sitting area. The table slides into this position, and then you've got the whole family inside in bad weather or for dinner. All right, and then for the bed area, we have a queen size bed, pretty good headroom, not quite as much as on the 8. You have an air conditioner above the bed, so you're gonna gain maximum efficiency when you're just trying to cool for sleeping. And then there's quite a bit of storage up there as well, in addition to all your charge points, 110, 220 outlets. Overall, the EXP7 is a more narrow, compact, and open variant of the Bruder family, given the option for a lifting roof, indoor-outdoor kitchen, and expanded sleeping configuration. It tows a bit easier down the trail and squeezes through obstacles that would hang up larger campers. It still benefits from the long travel air suspension. The EXP7 is the option if capability is the priority, but it does lack some of the polish and spaciousness of the EXP8. It has 1200 watts of solar, a 10 kilowatt battery bank, and up to 280 liters of water. Trailers this size do come at a cost to both purchase and gross combined vehicle weight rating, so the right tow vehicle and towing experience is critical for the trail. And of course, like any Bruder trailer, this model is ready to go around the world.